Hello everyone! Oh, I guess my mouth is dry. Wait a second. Okay, hello everyone and welcome to this Granum tutorial. First of all, you need Granum, of course. But before we extract anything, please make sure that you have at least learned the skills from books or something, so you don't waste so many materials. Okay, of course you need the extraction skill, you need basic ore extraction, intermediate ore extraction and advanced ore extraction. It's just depending on what you want to do, but if you only make steel or something you don't need advanced ore extraction, for example. But that's just another topic. Okay, so what you need crafting appliances, you need ore extraction appliances of course, then hydraulic appliances, thermal appliances, again it depending on what you use. So normally you use just, for example, we do steel here. We make steel out of Granum, for example, and tungsteel maybe. So you need the furnace operation, the crusher, the grinder, and the fabricola. And make sure that you always have enough pickaxes with you. Because right now I stopped working and I need another pickaxe. And let's go again. Okay, let's talk about each produce that come out of Granum. First of all, in order to make steel or some useful materials, you extract the Granum in the crusher or in the grinder. Better use the crusher. As you can see in the yields, with the skill 100, everything 100. Just throw the Granum in the grinder if you want to get Waterstone in order to make tungsteel. Depends on what you want to do. Okay, let's talk about the tier 2 materials first. If you throw the Granum in the grinder or in the crusher, or maybe some other stuff, most useful is the crusher for example, but the yields are in the video description, so please look it up if you want to use some other operations or stuff. Okay, of course, tier 2 materials, blood ore. From blood ore you make pig iron in the furnace, of course. Flagstone, you can use that right now. If you extracted it, you can use it to craft some weapons, for example. It's pretty basic, but it's good. The Granum powder you can use later for vials and stuff, for potion making. I mean the containers, not the potion itself, the containers where you throw the... Okay. And you will get Amarantum out of there. Amarantum then can be used for further extraction for tungsteel and some other stuff. We will get to that in a second, but first of all we will discuss the refining. For refining the ratio is 2 to 1 to 1. So here are the recipes for refining. In order to make steel you need grain steel first. So you need of course pig iron first. And coke and calx powder, that is if you extract calx. Okay, so first of all we make pig iron now. Okay, now just for example, if you throw in 1 stack blood ore and 390 coke or 560 sulfur, you will get out 4000 pig iron from the furnace. So go to your region vendor and get your catalysts, for example the sulfur. If it gets patched out, no problem, you can use the coke. You can use many other catalysts too. The link is in the description. There's also some hidden ones where nearly no one discovered, like the sulfur for example. But right now everyone knows it now. Okay. Let's move on. Search for a furnace and throw in your blood ore and your catalyst. And watch the sexy flames going up. Okay, let's look at this. And what we got out there. And we have our pig iron. Nice. You can make grain steel out of that with coke and calx powder from the refining. Check the refining section a few minutes before, if you skipped. Okay, let's continue with the Amarantum extraction. So in order to get more Waterstone if you want to make tungsteel or something, you need more Amarantum. And you get more Amarantum if you throw your Granum in the grinder. That's what I mentioned before. And if you want to extract more Waterstone out of Amarantum, you throw it in the crusher again, not in the furnace. If you throw it in the furnace, you get more Electrum. If you extract the Waterstone further, you need a fabricola bench, like this one. And to get your catalyst, for example the fuming salt, calculate how much you need of that. Links are in the description. And then use it. And we have finally our gem metal and our lupium. Gem metal can be used for tendremic messing, for example, and lupium can be used for tungsteel. The other tier 3 materials are bleak. You can use this for building stuff. Coprum, you can use this for weapons, of course. The spears are exceptionally good, maybe PvE spears or something. And Calamine. Calamine can be used for a mage, for healing. We don't know how they implement their magic system, but I guess Calamine will be used again. And now we can talk about Electrum. If you throw, for example, a stack Electrum in the furnace, you get this yield, but you can also use other catalysts. You can throw it in there without catalysts, but you won't get out as much. Okay, now we have the gold and the silver and the cuprum too, the tier 4 materials from Electrum. And special regards for all the guys that watched it until now, without getting a headache. And always remember, don't eat the red mushrooms. They can kill you. Support me on Patreon, like and subscribe. As always, ring the bell. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram and all the other shit, and goodbye.